I love you.
You love your mamas, and they love you sleepy time pajamas.
Just pull the ring. You never know what she'll say next.
Tell me a story.
The only story now left to tell is a Chatty Cathy's made by Mattel.
You'll find Chatty Cathy and her costume sets wherever toys are sold.
You can tell it's Mattel, it's swell.
Our thanks to VintageTVCommercials.com and YouTube for providing that wonderful clips back in our past. Chatty Cathy. Not to be undone, the boys had their babies. Besides those little soldiers we had back in the 50s, those little cowboys and Indians and the soldiers, the little plastic things. We had our toy ranches and war zones, etc. In 1964, along came the hero, G.I. Joe. He was a cool guy.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Classic song from a classic movie, Toy Story, from Disney. I love that thing. And aren't the toys from our past, weren't they our friends, our buddies? I had a robot, I think it was Roger the Robot, that I still have in my basement. A classic gift I got for Christmas years ago, and he's still one of my favorites. A little toy car I had played in my sandbox with my friend Stephen Manan. Still have it. It's all beaten up and all rusty and painted over a number of times, but it's a great toy from the past. What's your favorite toy from years ago? And what did you crave to get for Christmas? In the 70s, there were two big things, now a couple of big things, maybe there was four, I believe, in my research. The Pet Rock came out in 1975. Everyone had to have that Pet Rock. And Pong came out the same year. Remember Pong? The first video game, I think, was really, really cool. I was good at that. Now the games are so much more advanced. Of course, Atari came along in 79. That really slam dunked the Pong game with so many more things going on. And the Star Wars figures, they came out in 1977. And they're still popular to this day.
Oh, rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Bo-bo-bo-dee-o, rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true.
And according to what I recall, the 70s was big for Rubber Ducky, Ernie, one of my all-time favorite guys from Sesame Street, singing the song Rubber Ducky. And everyone had to have, and still has to have, and still has, their Rubber Ducky in their bathtub. What a great song from the Sesame Street, Ernie. A wonderful creation from Jim Henson. What an incredibly wonderful show and educational, the Sesame Street. Now, back in the 80s, there was a couple of really need-to, must-have toys that every child had to have. Cabbage Patch Kids came out in 83. That was the toy of the year, probably the decade. Everyone had to have different Cabbage Patch Kids. They adopted them, got the adoption papers, etc. You had names for these toys and dolls. They were really a big thing. Transformers came out in 84. That was a big toy as well. And Teddy Rupkin, 1985. There was another one my kids liked. They liked the Fraggle Rock show. I used to travel around the country in my job. We try to go into Toys R Us stores and get the latest Fraggle Rock creatures. We would get them and bring them home and save them for Christmas. One year we put them all in the tree as ornaments, decorating the tree, and our sons went crazy trying to find all their favorite Fraggle Rocks on the tree. And the decade of the 80s ended with a little tiny box. One toy that kids had to have. The electronic media ways was in the future, was now present. With Game Boy in 1989. Remember those cards you slipped in there? Made all different games would appear. There was one game, I forget the name of it, where the boxes would come down, you try to build them up. I was pretty good at it, but nowhere near as good as my kids. Game Boy came out in 1989. In the 1990s, had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. Super Nintendo came out by storm in 1991 with their games. And of course, the lovely purple creature that took the TV by storm, Barney, in 1992. Followed in 96 by Tickle Me Elmo and Beanie Babies in 96. Everyone, all those kids had to have Beanie Babies. And the big one was Diana, the purple doll, the Beanie Baby, that was worth supposedly so much money. And Furry came out in 98. In 2006, we had Nintendo Wii, where you could play against people all over the country, all over the world, on your little Wii machine. And we had Zuzu Pets in 2009. The iPad came out in 2010. Elsa dolls and Anna from Frozen in 2014. What could be the favorite toys of yours growing up?
Oh, I've been so lucky and I've been so blessed. In spite of my failings, I've found success. For I've known love and I've known good times, and I have known friendship and written some rhymes.
Many times, once the holidays are over, in fact, many times once Christmas Day is over, you rarely hear Christmas carols, Christmas hymns, Christmas songs, unless you're in church or some homes. I have been fortunate to hear a song recently while in Boston, sung by the Martin family, and this one here is sung by the granddaughter Mary of the woman who composed the song in 1953, Constance Martin. While living in Brooklyn in 53, Constance Martin sung and composed a beautiful song, Please Don't Forget Me, Santa. Her grandchildren recently sang it for their parents, and in a tribute to Constance, now for the first time ever on broadcast radio, I invite you all to listen to the wonderful sounds of Mary singing her grandmother's song, which should be a classic, and hopefully it will be for many, many years to come. Please Don't Forget Me, Santa.
Please don't forget me, Santa, 'cause I've been good all year. Please get the presents ready, Christmas is almost here. Last night I dreamed of sleigh bells, I could almost hear them ring. And every night I'm praying, you remember everything. So please don't forget me, Santa, 'cause I've been good all year. Please get the presents ready, Christmas is almost here. The walking doll, the table and chairs, and little Cindy's teddy bear. I'm not asking more than I'm wishing for, now don't you think that's fair? So please don't forget me, Santa, 'cause I've been good all year. Please get the presents ready, Christmas is almost here. They're singing Christmas carols, that means you'll soon appear. So please don't forget me, Santa, 'cause I've been good all year.
What a delightful treat. Thank you, Mary, and the Martin family, and of course, thank you, Constance Martin, for writing and composing this beautiful song. Hope we hear it every year and it becomes a new Christmas tradition.
Life is too short, we get only one turn. With luck we find beauty, but we sometimes get burned. But if you've had a true friend, or perhaps love, you've experienced the peace of heaven above.
You're listening to The Last Walk, Remember When, with your host, Ron Baumbach. We got back in time again to the fun times, the toys of our Christmas days of our youth, the need to, want to, had to have toys that everyone had to run around by the tree and open up and have every year. Christmas joy came. So what the toys we talked about were the ones I researched, but I may not have gotten the ones you wanted to have. So what's your favorite memory? What's the toy you always wanted to have? What is the toy you never got that you wish you did? But now, through the power of Amazon and eBay and all those other internet wonderful ways of getting things done, you can get it back again, and probably a lot less expensive than what it cost when you were a kid. The book, The Last Walk in the Block, is available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. It's a Nook print and Kindle version. A special thanks to all those I had on the show today, especially Constance Martin's song, Please Don't Forget Me Santa, beautifully sung by her granddaughter Mary. And of course, Paul Cassone for his wonderful song, Here's to Good Friends, written, sung, and composed by our buddy Paul, and heard throughout our show. And I'm indebted to my buddy Mike, my college roommate, for all his hard work that he does in the studio in the state of Tennessee for making our show and our voice sound so much better. We'll see you next time on The Last Walk, Remember When.
Here's to good friends, the ones we hold dear, the ones who will tell us what we need to hear, the ones who love us, right or wrong. And to all those good friends who give you this song. And to all those good friends who give you this song.